Terrifying night on a dark moon, headless ghost and haunted farmhouse encounter. This story comes from my buddy, DukDig, about our friend Beer. Here's what happened. Me and 5 of my friends were hanging out at a buddy's house in a quiet, rural part of upstate New York, near an old country road. It was a dark, moonless night, and around a.m., we decided to head out to the gas station at the edge of the neighborhood to grab some snacks and smokes. The area was dead quiet, houses dark, no streetlights, just pitch black woods and fields. The gas station was a good hike away, maybe half a mile down a winding road. As we walked, we had to cross an old wooden bridge over a creek. It's one of those creaky, weathered bridges you see in small towns, steep enough to feel like a climb. No cars, no people, just us and the night. Suddenly, our friend Ben pointed out something weird. Up on the bridge, there was a figure, a woman in a long dress, standing still. It was too dark to make out details, but as we got closer, we all froze. The woman, she didn't have a head. I swear, we all saw it clear as day, even in the dark. No head, just a body standing there. We didn't stick around to investigate. We bolted past her, yelling and tripping over each other, hearts pounding. We must have run about 200 yards before we stopped, panting, in front of an old abandoned farmhouse. It was one of those creepy, sagging places with boarded up windows, the kind that's been empty forever. I remembered hearing that an old couple used to live there years ago. Folks said they just up and vanished one day, no trace. As we stood there catching our breath, we saw them, the old couple, sitting on the porch, pale as ghosts, staring right at us. Their eyes were hollow, and one of them raised a bony finger, pointing straight at us. Even with 6 of us, we were shaking in our boots. We were torn, keep going to the gas station or turn back. We'd only made it halfway. A little further down the road, there was an old roadside shrine, one of those makeshift crosses you see sometimes, surrounded by flowers and faded photos. Next to it was a massive oak tree, draped with ribbons and trinkets, probably some kind of local tradition. We ran to the shrine, figuring it was our best bet for some kind of protection. We found some candles and matches left there, lit them, and said a quick prayer, asking whatever spirits were around to keep us safe. That's when things got weirder. The dry leaves around the shrine started crunching, like someone was walking on them. It sounded like footsteps circling us, moving behind the oak tree. Then the sound changed. It wasn't walking anymore, it was running, full on sprinting through the leaves. But when we looked, there was nothing. No shadows, no figures, just the wind howling and those damn leaves. We stood there, frozen, holding our candles, waiting for it to stop. The wind kept swirling, and just as our candles burned out, we heard it, a loud, cackling laugh. Then, out of nowhere, we saw a man, nobody knows where he came from, climb up the oak tree like a spider, crazy fast, still laughing. Then he was gone, like he melted into the branches. That was it. We weren't making it to the gas station. We turned and ran back to our friend's house, full speed, like we were being chased. When we got there, we piled inside, locked the doors, and crashed in the living room. It was almost a.m. by then. We turned off the lights, trying to calm down, talking about what we'd seen and swearing we'd go to church the next morning to pray it off. Just as we were about to sleep, I heard a click, the sound of the box fan at the foot of the bed being switched off. I looked around, thinking one of the guys was messing with it, but everyone was dead still. I got up to turn it back on, but as I did, my eyes caught the window. A shadow moved past it, someone walking outside. I nudged my friend, the one who lived there, and whispered, You got a balcony or something outside?" He shook his head and said, "Nah, man, nothing like that." My heart sank. I dove under the covers, trying to block it out. Then the fan started clicking again, not once, but over and over, like someone was flicking the switch back and forth, click, 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 all night long. The next morning, we compared notes. Every single one of us had heard the fan. Ben, who's always been a little sensitive to creepy stuff, said he woke up in the middle of the night and saw a shadowy figure, crouched by the fan, flicking the switch like it was playing a game. We were all freaked out. That day, we went to a local church, made some donations, and prayed for protection. A few days later, we heard something that made our skin crawl. Apparently, round here, folks say the dark moon, those pitch black nights with no moonlight, is when weird stuff happens. People into weird occult stuff, like witchcraft or old rituals, supposedly do their thing on those nights, letting out spirits or whatever. We don't know if that's what we ran into, but thinking back on it still gives me chills.